He's pretty explosive in the forward line. He gets the lead-up job. So we've got Marshall going to full forward now. Brent McLeod.
I noticed he wasn't moving that well, Bryce. He's just come back off a knee. So it's only his second game back. Jackson's gone out to centre half forward. Jackson McLeod.
Yep. And Brent McLeod will start this quarter in the middle.
Where he should start.
And we're all set for final quarter action here this afternoon. The ball being thrown up in the air. Last tap goes to Hybens. Interception there by McLeod to Smith of Thompson, who goes back into their half-forward line. White was the first one there. Got a bad bounce. So did McLeod. Ends up with Grozdanovsky over the top of the ball. They jump on top of him, so he hasn't had much of an opportunity. Or a little bit tough, that decision. But I suppose in the text of the game, if you jump on a ball, you've got to get it out. And young Tries will come in and take possession of the ball. His little short kick goes up. Marshall, good strong lead and mark. Now, Bryce Marshall, I'm not noted as him being a long kicker or a goal kicker.
No, he's a long kick, but he usually plays in the midfield. So I'll be interested to see how he goes with this because he's certainly got the range in him, no doubt about that.
Well, he stuck the mouth guard into the sock, so he's confident he can get the distance here. He's going to go back and shoot for the first goal of this last quarter. Loads up. Nice looking kick off the boot. Hasn't got the distance. Lands in the goal square and is pushed through for a minor score. So Thompson now to 8 goals, 11, 10-9 to Inverleigh. And a minute has ticked by in this final quarter. Smith Holden, Blood Suzuki scoreboard.
So Bryce Marshall just kicking the 4 goals so far this season, and this is his 6th match. I'm not sure if that's because of injury or not.
Yeah, no, he's been out because of injury. He's had a crook knee, so he's still got a heavily strapped. But Brent McLeod's taken a good mark and passed it off to Sims, is it? By the look of Sims or White?
Yes, no, Sims.
Sims.
Justin de Blasio still hasn't moved from that mark that was taken. The kick from Sims goes outside. Reese Howell, I don't know whether there's any bit of position, but he missed his target anyway.
Well, if there's any criticism of Sims, and he gets the ball a lot, he just chops it up fair dinkum. So, anyway, that's all part of it, isn't it?
So the ball thrown in by the umpire in their forward line. It's tapped down, bowls to the feet, picked up by Howell. He's tackled very quickly there by Grozdanovsky. Umpire comes in, and he's going to take possession of the ball. Hawthorn winners there over the broadcast, Fred said, by 18 points. They were pretty close there, but they've kicked away late in the game. Justin White puts the ball back towards full forward position, but coming across Dan Groz, and he will take the mark. Here's Dalton Grundle leading up from centre wing. That's the direction he goes in. Out in front, Sims just able to get a touch on the ball, and it will run over the boundary line.
Well, someone's got a chainsaw out there.
It sounds like someone's got a gun, drilling gun.
Right.
Well, Mick Grozdanovsky tried to tap it. Instead, it's swooped up by Brent McLeod, and the bounce didn't favour Nick Walsh, so Thompson can capitalise here if they can trap it. Kick out by Dan Grozdanovsky on that time. There's more Inverleigh players than Thompson. There's more Thompson pressure. And so Sims will try and take on 4 of them. Instead, holding the ball.
They made a bit of a surge here, Thompson, but, unfortunately they haven't made the most of it. Just one of those unfortunate things, I suppose.
Blakey Hutchison with the ball now. So he's got the options out the back. That's the direction he goes in. Casey Meehan's the target. Out the back, Jacker. Well, he might have got one with there. He put the hand back and held on to Casey Meehan. He's over the top of the ball. Umpire standing around. Yep. This time he's pinged him. He's been consistent at least. Yep. And the free kick will go to Sam Jacker. So he'll be able to get himself up off the ground. So he's just defensive side of wing. Looking back through the middle of the ground, that's the option he takes. Robbie Sims in space by himself.
Should go to Sean O'Neill.
He should. He goes out wide this time. He goes towards Bowles. Good interception spoil there from Rob McHenry. Short kick from big fella and Hybens. Goes back towards Mays. Mays in the middle of the ground. Little chip up over the top. Comes up. Grundle takes a mark. Was going to give it to Hutchin, but stopped and propped. Went out wide. Now Robbie Lowe can just about get the distance from here. Loads up from just outside 50. Goes long. And is offline and through for a minor score. 10-10. 70 to Inverleigh, 8-11, 59 to the Thompson side, and 4 minutes gone, final quarter. Quick kick in, goes to Smith. Smith goes out wide, nice kick, finds White. White goes outside to O'Neill. O'Neill now towards the half-forward line, towards White. Kick a little bit too far, but it stayed inside. Picked up by Drew, brought it back inside, kept it alive, only to be picked up by Gardner. He goes back towards McLeod. Walsh does well, takes the ball and receives a free kick for a high tackle, push, and
Unnecessary
Nicky
tackle
Walsh
too, just quietly.
has got the ball. So Nicky Walsh is now looking to transfer or put the ball back to where it's come from on the far side of the ground. Wing mark is not taken out there by Bowles. Also not taken by Mays. Picked up by Grundle. Kicks round his body back towards centre wing. O'Neill traps it. He keeps it inside the middle of the ground. He goes backwards. Kick was good, and as usually is, goes back towards Taylor. He plays on, goes back outside. Just had enough on it. Got into the hands of White, who goes into the forward line. So that's Andrew now to Justin. He looks up, moves the ball quickly, and he finds Trowath. Now Jack has pushed forward. But young Scott Trowath thinks he can kick the distance.
Well, that was better movement. He's got to kick it because Jacka was peeling off and he would have been 20 metres out. So Scotty's got to kick this because that was better ball movement from the Thompson Footy Club as he comes in. The number 52 has a shot from the 50-metre line, 45-degree angle. It's nearly got the journey, has it? No, it hasn't. It's knocked away on the goal line. Inverleigh take possession, kick it out to the wing. Hutchison's got it again, comes out wider. Inverleigh once again on the top, moving the ball well down the wing. That'll go to Meehan. Kicks over the top towards Meehan and Carson. Carson, unfortunately, Meehan's scooped it up, tackled and out of bounds for a throw-in on the half-forward line. Inverleigh's end. They moved that ball very, very well, and that was probably... Proth probably should have chipped the ball across to Jacka, who's a booming kick, but unfortunately he didn't, so decision-making is what it's all about.
So the ball will be thrown back in, forward line. Ball goes up. Hyman's front position, taps it down, interception. Holwell couldn't get a clean getaway. So now the two ruckmen go at it, or it's Armstrong that tries to put boot to ball. He did get boot to it, picked up by Sims. He's tackled, brought to ground. The cavalry arrives, and the umpire will now come in and take possession of the ball. So we're still about 30 metres out from goal. Inverleigh's attacking into the ground.
Yep.
They hold a small margin at the present time, 11 points.
Muir almost looked like he was ready to jump up, but Hyvens is still there and he stands his ground. Also gets the kick as well, so add that to his stats list. Instead, Thompson get a turnover and Jackson McLeod's under it. It's a 2-on-2, and it's a decent mark there, and Jacko will get it again. He was going to put it on his right, turns right around, now tries to chip it forward of his play. Now, Jackson, I'm not too sure what was going on there. I'll tell you what, though, Dan Grosdanoski has the mark, and he could almost just kick it right in front to his teammate. Oh, sidestep. Very polished looking sidestep. Now that's almost turned over. That was an interesting kick. So Jacko, redemption time, gets it on his left. Wasn't a convincing kick. Don't think he got it where he wanted it to land. Jordan Drew, who's been one of the Hawks' best, kicks it long, but that kick then defies that statement. Lucky bounce helps him out, though, and it's picked up by Nathan Mays. Now it's in the Inverleigh forward line. It's in front of a few players. Muir is one of them, as are a few of the Thompson defenders, and it's over the line. And the umpire says...
Yeah, I thought it was. No, I honestly thought that was the right decision against Nick Martin. He didn't handball anywhere else but the boundary, and I would have been surprised if he didn't pay it, to tell you the honest truth.
So Dean Muir with the ball. He's in range, but as I said, a difficult angle from out there.
Only kicked the 3 goals so far this year.
He'll need to kick this every bit of 50 metres, I would think. He's not going to be that far in, although he steps in now. Kicks to the top of the goal square. Meehan's up, then down. The mark is taken easily there by White. Looks to play on now and does so. Wants options further afield. Has got one. It's a 1-on-2 situation. Jackson McLeod pushed and shoved and got himself back into the contest. McHenry coming the other way. He dives on it. McLeod takes the ball away from him. Troops arrive. The ball comes out. Wilson now can
Good
run.
block.
He's in space. Goes towards Sims. Handball the Troth was not flashed, but he went back and collected to Wilson. Has a little kick further afield towards Brent McLeod. Out the back, but well read there by Filet. He goes back and he takes the mark. So Jack Filet, last line of defence for the Inverleigh side. Player across the ground, Dan Gros. He goes to him now. Here's Mays just up over the top. He sees him now. He goes short now. Mays can run now if he wants to carry the ball and does so. So he takes the bounce. Has one bounce. Looking further afield. Goes towards the centre-half forward position. Needs to get carry on the ball. Went to Gerard. Got the handball away as far as Armstrong. Into the forward line. The ball will run. Out in front, Carson. 1-on-1 contest. Carson wins it. Goes back on the left foot, kicks the ball back towards full forward position, 2-on-1 situation. Thompson now 3-on-1, Taylor. Oh, he lifted back. Armstrong picks the ball up, kicks around the body, and he kicks a goal.
Yeah, that was Carson did a good job there to get it to the top of the goal square. It was a 3-on-1 situation. You've only got to look at the ground now. We've got one of the Thompson boys still on the ground, another one stretching his calves. They certainly overran the ball there, and they picked it up, and goal was the result. And it's 76 to 59. It's a long way back from the Thompson side. They've had a fair old crack here, but they just haven't made the most of their opportunities. Some of their decision making has been poor, and it's resulted in Inverleigh skipping away a little bit.
I'll just mention the competition. For anyone at the game that has an iPhone charger, if you can bring it here to me, your prize will be an autographed record by John Mitchell and Dale Smith. So.
Yeah, that's a worth waiting goal, that one. Ball in the half back, one marked out there by Stephen McLeod. So Stephen McLeod goes out wide. Mark is taken out here by Ryan. So really they've got to start to take a few risks now, the Thompson side. Comes in short, goes to O'Neill. Held up there by Logue. O'Neill looking straight across the ground. That's the direction he goes in. And the mark is taken out there by White. He's pushed the ground as he takes the mark. No 50, but he gets to his feet quickly. So he needs some running options. He put his team under a bit of pressure there. Smith, good enough to get away. Kick into the middle of the ground. Picked up Justin White. Oh, his handball wasn't good. De Blasio just able to take him off it. Logue picks it up. Goes back towards Gerard. Carson's the option. Good kick out in front. That's how you want to deliver it. Don't have to change direction or stride. And Paul Carson with the ball now. He's outside his range. He needs some shorter options. He's going to go towards the centre-half forward position. Over the top, Armstrong, mark not taken. Well, actually, he did have it. Umpire's call, play on. There's a 4-on-1 situation. He needs to get rid of it. Umpire will say it's a ball-up situation.
He's played pretty well, Armstrong, today, I reckon. He's certainly been a target and got a lot of ground ball. Been very good for them.
So right at the true centre-half forward position. Ball is thrown up. Grundle does the ruck work. Tapped out by Bowles. Picked up by Wilson of Thompson. Goes outside to Steve McLeod. Little chip over the top towards Jacker. Both players don't take the mark, but he goes back to Wilson. Little short handball. Put him under pressure. Over the top he is. He tries to feed the ball out through his legs. And the umpire will come in and he will make a ball up. And it's still in towards centre wing. A lot of tired players out there, so this game has been played at a fair pace up and down the ground.
Been going 12 minutes, about 12 minutes,
yeah,
Smitty.
just over, or just on Mitch, yep, you're right. Ball, Hutchison, taps it into the half-forward line. Mick Grosdanowski, he got a bad bounce, comes up, picked up cleanly by White. He goes round the body, back towards centre wing, picked up by Wilson. Got away from the first one, a little bit of pace. Tried to get the handball away. He was taken out over the boundary line. Umpire says there's going to be a ball in. Steve McLeod trying to win a free kick for a deliberate there.
Jack Wilson, who just got that tackle from Armstrong, is very lucky because if he was pushed a foot closer to us, his head would have smashed into that concrete.
So the ball tapped down in front of the contest. Handball comes out towards Scott. He's over the top of the ball. He's dragged over the line now. So the umpire says there's going to be another ball in to take place. So right on the boundary line. About to be thrown back in by the umpire. Umpire's not too sure, little fella.
Has to count his steps from the looks of things.
Good ball in there now over the top. Ball is picked up. Bowles goes out the back low, picks it up. Got the handball away, out towards McHenry. McHenry further afield. Drew running through to kick the ball into the middle. Missed both plays there, and Martin and Perrott. Martin first to go back. Picked up by Ryan to Smith. Smith goes further afield. Andrew White, Thompson go into the half-forward line, coming out. But going back, Dan Gross takes a nice mark. So Inverleigh able to stem the tide there. Rusty Gerard looking for the long ball across. I don't know whether Dan Gross will go that way. He goes far side of the ground, leading up Perrott. So he takes the mark in front of Smith. He goes further now down the line, leading up Armstrong again. Good clean hands. He Thompson player over commits, so he goes quickly into the forward line. A little bit of push in the back there. He's got away with one, but the ground level, the ball was picked up there. Hutchison got the handball out, went back towards centre half forward. McLeod was there, picked up cleanly though by Sean O'Neill, and he went outside, but unfortunately went outside a little bit too far.
We hope they blow the siren, mate. It's ready to snow. It's got awful dark.
And cold, and the ball went back inside. De Blasio had it, couldn't take the mark. Well done by Robbie Lowe, taps it out. Ryan Gerard on his left foot, just a little amble around, then lines up, kicks his first goal of the afternoon, and now the 12th for the Inverleigh side. They're 12 goals, 10. They lead Thompson on 8-11, and
game
we're
over,
towards
mate. 14
minutes. Final quarter, Smith Holden, Blood Suzuki, final quarter scoreboard.
Game over. It's been a great contest, and it'll continue to be. But I think, Inverleigh's buffer's strong enough now to have them, come out winners. The challenge for Thompson now is, mate, not to let it go, not to just, let them run over the top. You've got to sort of dig in now, boys, and see if we can't make a dent on the scoreboard.
So back with the umpire, middle of the ground. Jimmy Hymans is back in there. Also Alex Bowles, so ball thrown up. Both players. Hymans maybe the second one, picked up by Stephen McLeod, got boot to ball. Went outside towards centre wing, picked up. Wasn't picked up there by White, taps it further afield. Bit of a Barney in the middle of the ground here.
Body slam, Stephen McLeod.
Stephen McLeod and Adam Muir
just picked up Adam Muir and give him a body slam. I thought we were WWF. He's not happy, Bobby. He doesn't get very angry very often, but he certainly wasn't happy about that. Oh, goodness.
So free kick to Adam Muir, goes quickly to Ryan Gerard now. So Ryan Gerard on the run, goes into the centre half forward, over the top, picked up cleanly by Perrott. Left boot, goes back towards the goal square, but standing in space, Brent Taylor, and he takes the mark. He's been good back there, but I still think he's probably better suited for me at centre half forward. Better option. Handball from McLeod, over the top to Scott. Scott now runs towards centre half back. He wanted to be quick, but Grundle's chasing him down. He got the handball away. Coming through, Filer put his head down. He's tried to barge his way through. Umpire says too high.
Oh, should have been holding the ball. But anyway, I reckon these umpires have done a damn good job today, to tell you the honest truth. They haven't been, there hasn't been any glaring weaknesses at all. I think they've been pretty good. Well umpired game. Been a pretty hard game, but pretty clean.
Violet takes the ball and goes sideways out towards de Blasio. He can go back in towards Hutchins, but he has Gerard on the move. He goes in that direction. Got the handball back towards de Blasio. De Blasio stops and props, looks inside. Mick Groz has the ball. So Mick Groz just inside, or he's on centre wing. Ryan Gerard asking the ball to come back outside. He's just going to go short again. Billy Cations takes the mark. Still inside the centre square. There's not too much movement in front because there's a lot of numbers back there, so they're going to chip the ball around this area for a little while. Little short kick over the top to Mays. Can go. Took off. Then got one high. Just that little dip of the hips and away.
Bring the arm up straight around the neck, yeah.
So Nathan Mays, he's won a few of them this afternoon. Reese Howell stands the mark. Again, not too sure where to go to. Little short kick wasn't good towards Hymans. He threw the ball out, collected by White. Play on, says the umpire. Advantage was given. Don't know whether there was too much advantage, but now he comes back and says, hang on. We'll have another go at that. So Justin White, free kick.
It's gone to Brent McLeod. I think Justin White's nearly been Thompson's best all day, to tell you the honest truth. I think he's been really good. Short
kick comes out, goes to Jacker. Jacker goes out towards Jackson McLeod at the boundary line, and he takes it on the third grab and takes the mark. So Gus just says, I'll just let you know you've got the one free kick for the day. I'll mark for me on the day. So Jackson McLeod goes round the boundary line now. And he's starting to feel the back of the knee now, so the ball runs over the boundary line in front of Grozdanovsky. So he's going to come with the umpire to restart play. We tick over 17 minutes in this final quarter. Quick ball up by the umpire. It goes back in, picked up. Grozdanovsky got boot to ball, runs backwards, picked up by McLeod on hands and knees. He scoops it out, goes back towards Brent McLeod, picked up by Grozdanovsky. Over the top, went towards Adam Muir, who sees the ball over the boundary line. So another throw-in to take place.
You can tell Jeff.
What's that, Alex? You can't. Oh, sorry.
Testing.
Alex,
there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
It hasn't been the best day for me on the technical front, but yeah, you could tell Jackson McLeod had a bit of uncomfortability with his lead there. But it's the Hawks' day, and another long kick, and another inside 50, and another opportunity for Paul Carson if he can beat his opponent. It's a 3-on-3. It's a very tight 3-on-3, and it is swooped up. Well, hold on. There could be a potential free kick against for Cheney. He'll pick it up anyway, kick backwards, and set up his occasions for a shot on goal.
Smart play. That's good team play. He chipped it back away from the goal. Really smart play. And yeah, they're a good team, Inverleigh. And that's probably what they are, a team. I don't know whether they're, a team of stars, but they're certainly a good team.
Yeah, they work pretty well together.
Yeah, they do.
They do. So they become in now. Billy Cations will kick for goal. Has he got the distance and the accuracy? Yes, he has. Billy Cations, he will have his first goal of the afternoon. And the 13th now for the Inverleigh side. They're 13 goals, 10. 8 goals, 11 to the Thompson side. And we have gone 19 minutes. Final quarter, Smith Holden, Blood Suzuki, final quarter scoreboard.
Well, one thing I mentioned in the record this week, of course, we celebrated Mark McDowell's 50th game as coach for Inverleigh last week. Under him, it's now a 38-13 record, whereas in the 50 games prior, they'd barely won 20 games. So, good culture.
Yeah, they're.
I didn't point out any.
No,
codes,
but grab occasions. Whatever he'll be on there, we're getting a message.
Their next step is
I'm
they're
joking,
going to win a premiership.
Yep.
That's because they've been thereabouts.
They've
So
got that.
and there's no doubt they've recruited to win one. You know, they've recruited probably the premier forward in the competition. So that's their next challenge.
Well, my next point was that he's got the cattle to use. Previous coaches may
now
not.
that was a legitimate free kick, I think.
That certainly was, and it's on. It's certainly on. Yeah.
That was a legitimate free kick. I don't know whether there was any malice in it, but it
No,
was just that
no.
he did win a free kick. He won it hard.
He went low and got caught high. You know, definitely a free kick. I don't know whether it was much more than that, but certainly was.
So Nathan Mays quickly goes into the half-forward line. Adam Muir can't trap the ball. Ball got him a bad bounce there, Adam Muir. And it's retrieved and goes back the other way. Sean O'Neill, a little bit of height there, takes the mark, got the running player and Jacker. Jacker doesn't know which way to go. He's going to give the handball, then stopped and propped. He's still not too sure what he wants to do. Goes back towards Brent McLeod. He gets out of trouble. He's going to go back towards O'Neill once again. Looks up, little short kick towards Gardner. Comes up, can't take possession of the ball. Mays does. He's all right. He's back and going again. Picked up. Justin White goes further into the forward line. And the mark will be taken out there by Dan Groz. So Dan Groz has the ball, goes back to the fullback position and to his teammate in Jack Filet. Goes long and outside 50. Great kick. Mick Gross had the ball and was knocked out of his hand. And 50, says the umpire. So back we go. So Mick Gross will come now pretty close towards the top of the goal, the 50-metre zone.
He got a chance, I think, to kick it from there. He had a long shot.
Still got a bit to go yet,
no,
I
he's
think.
still 100 metres away.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was going to get another 50.
I thought he was going to get a little bit closer.
Yeah.
So Gerard now goes quickly in towards Carson. And the umpire says there's a little bit of a push in the back there.
That's one mistake the umpire made. He's taken a couple of dives, Carson, towards the end of the game. He certainly took one there. But anyway, good luck to him. He's got the kick and will probably kick the goal.
So Paul Carson with 4. And to put the 14th goal on the board for Inverleith. Definitely hasn't been 6-goal margin this game all day, but that's what it'll be if he kicks this.
Yeah, that's what happens.
So they finished the game pretty well in Inverleith. Their running has been good. So Paul Carson, opportunity for goal 5. That looks pretty nice off the boot. And Paul Carson has his 5th goal of the afternoon. And they move now to 14 goals 10. They lead Thompson on 8-11. We've gone 22 minutes final quarter. Smith Holden, Blood Suzuki final quarter scoreboard.
You could sort of see them towards the end of the third quarter, Smithy, running a little better than Thompson. I thought that they sort of were getting on top. Whilst they weren't on top with the ball, they certainly looked like that they were running far better than Thompson were, and it sort of proved to be in this last quarter, isn't it?
Yes, they've definitely got themselves away, Mitch. As I said, they do finish games pretty well. That's one good thing about the side. So we're just going to get some other scores through at this stage and see where the other games sit. But the ball back in the middle of the ground, picked up Muir. Gets the ball back into the half-forward line. Lockie Perrott goes across and takes the mark. So Inverleith players starting to stream forward. Little kick over the top, goes towards Adam Muir. Good spoil from behind there. And it's by Howland. Muir tried to get the ball back. It's picked up now. Kicked round his body. Goes back towards centre wing. And Grozdanovsky comes up. Doesn't take the mark. Marshall got boot to ball. It was effective because it ended up in the hands there of Bowles. Got the handball away. He's going to get the handball back again. Got time to steady. Looks up. Goes into the forward line. Unfortunately, unfortunately for Thompson, kick wasn't good. Filet chipped in front and he has taken the mark. And he will again relieve some pressure for Inverleith. Goes wide towards Drew. Kick up over the top towards Archini. He takes the mark. So Gus Archini still in the defensive end.
Dale, just while Gus is going, his former club, Corio, 16-8-104, have tied with East Geelong, 16-8-104.
Is that final score?
No.
Still
23-minute mark of the final term.
So there you go. So ball goes back inside. Good kick there. Goes towards Sims, towards McLeod. He was tackled. The handball not effective. Picked up by Grundle. Went back towards Cations on the left boot. Has a player running. That's Gerard, and that's the direction he goes, and he takes the mark. So Ryan Gerard now just slowing things down. Has a player running back inside. Going to use his boot, goes short. Unfortunately, the kick wasn't good, and the mark has been chipped up there by Taylor. So Taylor now delivers the ball back towards centre wing. Good spoil from there from Drew at ground level. Picked up by Gerard once again, goes forward. Mark is taken out there by Meehan. So Casey Meehan just steadying things down now. Just looking for some options further afield. Little short kick up over the top, goes towards low. Mark is not taken. Ground level, picked up by Jack. Got the handball away to McLeod to Holwell. He kicks, becomes smothered. Back towards McLeod. He's starting to struggle there, Jackson McLeod. Picked up by Martin Yu. And he kicks the ball.
Done a hamstring, McLeod.
And kicks around, and the mark has been taken there by Nicky Walsh. I think he's cramped up. I think that might be.
Grabbed
Handball
the back
goes
of his
back
leg.
towards Filet. Filet now stops and props. Looks to McHenry at centre half back. Has a player over the top. Goes in that direction. Grozdanowski got Jimmy Hyman's further afield. Little short kick goes in that direction. So Hyman now, true centre wing, far side of the ground. Chips up over the top. Dan Groz pushes down from defence, and he has taken the mark. So now they slow things down a little bit. They look back into the middle of the ground, go back towards Hybans. That's the direction he goes. Missed him. Picked up there by Hutchison. Has a look up and finds de Blasio at centre half forward. Back to Perrott. Loads up. He goes long towards goal. I tell you what, that's a great kick. At this stage of the day, Lockie Perrott has his first goal of the afternoon. And now Inverleigh, their 15th. 15-10. To the Inverleigh side. They'll now lead Thompson, who are 8 goals 11, and we have gone 25 minutes. Final quarter, Smith Holden, Blow Suzuki, final quarter scoreboard.
I think they've broken out the champagne here at the Station Reserve at Inverleigh. They've certainly been very, very impressive, especially since halfway through that third quarter. They've outclassed Thompson, they've outrun them. I don't think, as you say, it's going to be an 8 to 10 goal win. I don't know whether there's that much difference between the two sides, but the reality to it is they've finished off far better. Their decision-making's been better, and they've run a lot better than the Thompson side today.
So back in the middle of the ground once again, as I said, ball up's taken place. In the middle of the ground, there's a contest. Both players on hands and knees. I think it's White and Hybans. Both players now just getting himself back off the ground. And the ball is thrown up very quickly. This time Hybans taps it down. Clearance there by McLeod. That's Stephen. Ball goes forward. Howell puts his head over the ball. Picked up again there by Nick Walsh. Walsh goes out towards Hybans. Hybans on the boot. Has Grozdanowski out there by himself, Mick. And he goes into the half-forward line. Kick was a little bit away, and the mark has been taken out there by Ryan. So he goes sideways. Has Scott. Scott now looking back inside the middle, goes back towards his teammate, and Robbie Sims will take the mark and play on. A little bit unsure what he wants to do. Gives the handball away to Justin White, goes outside. Mark is taken out there, far side of the ground. I think that's Alex Denham. Has the ball and he goes up over the top. Brad White takes the mark. They're just outside their forward 50. So McLeod now makes a move. The ball goes in that direction, but in the thought a kick was towards Marshall. He takes it. O'Neill's just trying to sneak down, so Marshall is now looking to go long to the goal square. Loads up, goes in that direction. Over the back, Mark is not taken there by O'Neill, but Grundle does well. Takes the ball to Drew, and the siren sounds.
There you go.
And we've only gone 27 minutes in that last quarter. We've had a few goals scored, but Inverleigh will run out comfortable winners. 15 goals, 10, 100, and they will beat Thompson 8-11-59.